Good morning! I have been loving almond milk cappuccinos recently. And it's raining today, and that just hits the spot. I've been getting a grande blonde almond milk cappuccino with 4 pumps of sugar-free vanilla and cinnamon. I do drink an insane amount of caffeine on a daily basis because I did have a Celsius before my workout. And I did not want to work out today. I've been taking a few days off. Or I took a few days off recently. So the motivation to get there this morning was pretty much non-existent, but I'm so glad I did it. And now I'm heading to my parents' house. It's a rainy day. It's probably not the best day to go, but I haven't seen them in a few weeks. And they live here now. So it's 10 o'clock in the morning. It's Monday, October 25th. And it's going to be a really good week. I feel it.
There's some chicken, and then there's also just nice, the jelly, the jelly stuff is chewy.
I'll try a little bit. Oh! Oh, smells so good. Wow. Definitely needs crushed red pepper. Woo! That wasn't my elbow, don't worry. Ooh, why, yes, I did get my hair cut. I'm prepping dinner. It looks really good today. I'm making, what is it? Potatoes in the oven, and then I'm gonna make chicken tenders, like healthy chicken tenders. Cool. There's the meat. I don't know. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know. I'm overwhelmed. Ugh.
Oh my god, yes.
Good morning. I'm not quite awake, but I'm trying to muster up the strength and courage to go for at least a 3-mile run. Like, that's just what I want to hit. And then I can walk whatever else. But I think it would feel good. I slept kind of weird. And I haven't been sleeping that well recently. You might be wondering, Emma, what the fuck is in your hair? Last night, me, Kat, and Noelle did a light, death-proof inspired photo shoot. We were kind of just channeling like Final Girls / Death Proof, which is one of my top 2 Quentin Tarantino films. My other favorite being True Romance. I know he didn't write it, or he didn't direct it, but he wrote it, and I love that one. But the photos came out so fucking sick. And I'll pop them up here, obviously. But I was like, okay, Emma, let's go for a run in the morning, and then you can take off. Like, I can shower. Part of me is like, ooh, I could do another photo shoot with the final girl that's like running from the murderer. But yeah, I had been wanting to do like a spooky shoot all Halloween season. So I'm very happy we were able to do that. Ooh, the bangs. It is gloomy out right now. One of the biggest things that I've just been wanting to like talk about recently is the fact that it has been 6 months since I quit my job, which I feel like I didn't really even talk about a lot when it first happened. And I also feel like I haven't really talked about it since it's been happening. And I wanted to just like give a little life update because it's been, I can't even believe it's actually been closer to 7 months at this point, which is kind of crazy. The reason why it ended up happening anyway is because I had enough in my savings where I was able to leave my freelance gig that I'd been at for 2+ years. And I had so much fun at that job, but it really was taking a lot of my attention away from my acting career. I just found that I was putting a lot more of my eggs into that basket when that's not the basket that I want to be filling. The lighting is stressing me out. Okay, that's kind of better. Anyway, so I was kind of just thinking about like the baskets that I was filling and that they were not benefiting me at all in terms of my acting career. And in fact, it was taking more away from it because more time and attention and energy was put into a field in which I am very skilled at, but that's not where I want to pursue my entire career. And so I was really nervous about taking that leap of faith, but I knew that it had to happen and I knew that I owed it to myself to just give it a shot. So it's not that I haven't been working these past few months. I've been able to find different like freelance gigs here and there, like editing gigs and just other like random things for work. So I've been able to bring in some money. However, I am approaching a very tight timeline in terms of where my finances are, and I'm working on that. But in terms of my actual career, like, I'm feeling more and more like an actor, which sounds kind of silly to say, but for so long I've been like feeling like my acting career has been the equivalent of saying that I have a boyfriend, but oh, he lives in Canada. Like, that's how I've been relating my acting career, where it was like, yeah, you know, I am seeing someone, I am in a relationship, but I can't show you any of his photos because he doesn't photograph well, and he also lives in Canada, so we don't have pictures together. And then everyone's like calling the bluff, being like, okay, that's bullshit. That's kind of how I felt about my acting career, because I've always identified as an actor, but I just felt like I didn't have the like proof. Not that you really need any, but having that like reassurance that okay, I'm on the right path. Like, I'm booking a lot of projects, I'm creating my own stuff, I'm in acting class. I recently got a manager and I've been doing auditions every single week. So it's nice to like kind of see the fruits of my labor like add up, and like all these years of putting this work in, I feel like I've really built that momentum, and I have reps and I have this amazing team, and it feels really nice to have other people in my corner helping me fight versus just fighting on my own. Because I wasn't looking for validation, and obviously it's nice to feel validated in your career, but especially with an acting career, I think it's really important to have the validation come from within, and then anything else is just extra. So I was always extremely confident, and I've still to this day, one of the only places that I feel my most confident is when I'm acting. It's when I'm working on scripts. It's when I'm reading plays and watching movies and like studying. That's when I feel the most confident and the most happy and like secure within myself. And to me, that was a huge indicator of like, yes, this is 100% the path that you're meant to go down. And putting your eggs into that basket, you're going to absolutely reap the benefits. And that's where I see my life. Like, I see my life in acting for the rest of the time, and it's just a matter of like the right project coming to me. But I think the biggest thing that it's been feeling is a little bit of, as I mentioned, like I do struggle with anxiety, and something that I've been feeling more recently is like I feel like I'm just waiting. Like it feels like I'm waiting for something to happen, and I know that the thing that I'm waiting to happen is like to book the project that's gonna essentially change my entire trajectory, my entire life. And I'm very confident that it's going to be happening like within the next year. And so it's like this, I'm like teeming with anticipation at all times, which also for someone like me can be like really anxiety provoking because it's out of my control. The thing that I can control is making sure that I put the work in and I submit a really good audition. But other than that, it's out of my control. And so I like to do things throughout the day that are in my control. So I've been working out a lot recently, and I've been really into cooking, and I'm starting to clean my apartment more and kind of like organize that. And I do have some other side gigs going on. So again, not like totally money free, but seeing my parents really helps, and being able to see my friends again because we're all vaccinated. It's been nice, and it's definitely helped alleviate some of the stress and anxiety, but I do feel like that's kind of what has been coming up for me recently, has just been this like weird limbo phase of my life right now. And it's just a matter of like getting the right one. It's like right place, right time, right project. And I'm very open and I'm very excited for that. And at any moment's time, I'm ready to book whatever project and have to potentially fly somewhere and be there for an extended period of time. It makes me so excited to think about that. So it's like a mix between this like anxious, excited energy. That's kind of where I've been recently, and it does feel a little bit isolating because a lot of my friends are in a lot more like stable positions in terms of finances and just jobs. So a lot of my days are spent alone, which is very different for me because I'm extremely extroverted and I get a lot of my energy from being with friends. And there's times when like I work myself to a tizzy and I have to basically force myself to stay in bed all day, and I hate those days. Like, I do not like to just sit alone watching TV. That just makes me even more anxious. It doesn't make me relaxed. But I know my body like is physically fatigued and needs to relax. But I have no doubts and I have no reservations or hesitations that this was the right move for me at the right time. And I'm just feeling really, really good about my future. And I feel really confident about my place in the industry. It's interesting because I do feel like I never really have spoken about like unemployment because I've always kept myself busy and I've still had other gigs, as I mentioned. It can feel isolating, and if any of you have been scared to make the jump or are curious about what that looks like, I'm happy to share more about that. Just let me know in the comments if that's something that you're interested in hearing more about, or if you have any other like specific questions. I don't know, I think I could just say with confidence that this has been the right move, and I'm just really excited and hopeful. And I spend a lot of my free times making YouTube videos, TikToks, and more recently I've been really into kind of stylized photo shoots and doing things that really tell a story. And these are all things that really fulfill me artistically. I'm trying to help out on sets whenever I can if any of my friends are shooting projects, and I'm always trying to write my own stuff or put projects together. So I've had a lot of really cool things come up in the last few months. And shameless plug, but if you want to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, I'm like posting probably too often. I'm losing followers every day because of it. But I always thought in some way that maybe social media was a way for me to kind of get my foot in the door for acting, but I don't know. For me right now, it's just such a fun creative outlet, and I want to keep it like that. So I really don't put pressure on myself in any of these other channels, and I don't make money on these other channels yet, hopefully. I don't know, we'll see. But I always have to kind of like take it with a grain of salt, because at the end of the day, like, I'm not trying to be an influencer, like I want to be an actor. And this is kind of like my online diary, and those of you who follow along, I can't even tell you how much it means to me, and I don't take it for granted at all, because it's really nice to have like friends out there that I've never met, but we connect in such a real way, and to me, like, that's what makes it worth it. I'm so grateful to be able to have friends like all over the world. So yeah, I'm gonna close out this vlog here and get started because it's November 1st. It's a new month. It's a Monday, which is like so sexy. It's just like everything to me. And if you have any video requests that you want to see, or any topics that you'd like me to, I don't know, touch upon, just let me know. Yeah, I hope that you are doing super well, and Merry Christmas, because it's Christmas time officially.